Welcome back, everybody, to Permasand Invitational. We are very deep in the tour at this point. This is round 7 content, and at the end of this round, which is only this match and the match that you're going to see after this, we're going to be down to only 4 players in this tournament, 3 of whom are going to make money. So we're very deep. If you're this far, you're in the top 6, which means you've had a very strong run. But the difference, like I said, is that only 3 are going to actually make money. So, I mean, bragging rights and respect and all that good stuff aside, if you came here for that cash money, you've got a couple more wins to go. Starmaster and Finchinator paired. These guys, both US East, definitely know each other, probably have known each other for years. This is an unfortunate pairing here, but it's just the way it rolls, you know? So, like I said, this is a round 7 match. One of them will be eliminated just shy of the money here, and it is still best of 3 at this point. It will switch to best of 5 later in the tour, but we're not there just yet. So here's game 1 in their best of 3. Star's going to be on the bottom, Finchinator on the top. That's cute. I see what he did there. Lead Rachi switches over to Slowbro, which I don't see too much in DPP. Certainly indicates a stallish team. Takes an overheat, gets a Thunder Wave off, and can just go for the slack off or recover here if he pleases. There is the slack off. Crunch comes down 51%. This seems favorable for Slowbro. He could just fish for full para by continuing the slack off until it comes. And Finch is not even going to play that game. He's just going to go straight to Breloom here and get the free and safe activation of the Toxic Orb. Make sure nothing bad happens. Spore is going to catch something no matter what. Turns out to be Latias, which is a common sleep absorber these days. Out of the way it goes. Here's Rachi. We end up with Rachi on Rachi, and Finch goes first with Thunder. Gonna get a crit, but not a para. And then Body Slam's way worse. It does only 8% and also doesn't find the para. Now Thunder comes down again. Still doesn't para. Body Slam comes down now. That does find a para. Many chances to find it there for both guys, and it does finally come. So Wish and Rocks respectively. Starmaster going to be at full health with his Rachi in just a moment. Thunder going to completely whiff, and he is now back to 100%. The hazard advantage, since he's got the only hazards in play, does belong to Finch with the rocks. So here's Thunder hitting Clef. This is, like I said, clearly a stall team of some kind for Starmaster. He's going to get his own rocks down. So we've got a bit of a contrast here. We've got either a mid-range or a bulky offense kind of team for Finch versus an obvious stall team for Star. 2 unrevealeds for both parties. We'll see how it all plays out. Superpower comes down, good chunk on Rachi, but he won't do as much on the follow-up, of course, because of the built-in attack reduction. Star can and does just go for the Wish. He'll protect us to be uber safe. Heatran goes Flamethrower. Keep in mind it also did show Overheat earlier, and obviously after receiving the Wish, Starmaster out of the way. Flamethrower connecting with Slowbro is interesting. Overheat would kill here, I believe, based on the roll that it did last time. But he's going to get out of the way and go to Breloom, and that's going to enable a slack off. So perhaps he is stuck on a choice item and couldn't have gone for Overheat there. Seed Bomb comes down, does not a lot to the Rachi. Wish again. I don't think anybody needs it. Slowbro, Clefable, yeah, everybody's pretty healthy. He's just going to keep the Wish for himself. Question is, does he go for a Body Slam here, or does he go for the Protect? Does go for the Body Slam for no reason not to. Might as well do some damage and fish for power on something. Both the Tyranitar and the Rachi are paralyzed right now, so Star does have a little bit of mini power spam going on here. Breloom back in for Finch, both players being very stubborn about revealing their final pokes. There's 2 hidden on both sides. Seismic Toss on the Loom, not a huge deal. And we're back to Rachi. Superpower here with an opportunity to do big damage with a crit, but he does not find it. And Rachi should be able once again to shrug this off. Heatran is going to be the answer, and again it is Wish from Starmaster. We are looping the same pokes over and over, and not a lot of progress being made by either guy. Finch here with a Flamethrower at least has the opportunity to get a crit or a burn. A burn on Slowbro would certainly be helpful. Flamethrower does a lot, but he doesn't find the crit or the burn, and Slowbro once again should be fine, but he fishes for it here. Just another opportunity to get a crit or a burn. Why not go for it there if you're Finch on an obvious slack off turn? He's going to stay in and go for it again. He does find the burn this time, so Finch with some calculated risks there, with some calculated aggression, is going to be rewarded, and he finds the burn on the Slowbro, which is now going to switch it up and go for Ice Beam. Perhaps he thought Breloom was coming in, but it is not. It is one of the two steel types that Finch has, between the Rachi, which is what came in, and the Heatran. Thunder comes down. That's going to miss on Clef. Tyranitar reappears. It's healthy but paralyzed, and it's going to eat a Seismic Toss. So it is not max HP, but it is fairly bulky, as we can see, based on that Seismic Toss damage. Pursuit there, a decent chunk of 45% on the way out, but here is Wish yet again, and Earthquake comes down. So Rachi has to decide keep it for himself or try to pass it to the Clef. And he's going to keep it for himself. He's going to go for the Body Slam, and it's going to be a third paralyzed Pokemon on Finch's team. Now the Zapdos, alongside the Rachi and the Titar, will be paralyzed. So Star seems in a pretty good place here. I mean, everything's healthy. He's just not taking damage. Finch does not seem to be making any meaningful progress here. He U-turns to leave the Clef at about half, so I mean, he does have an opportunity here with a crit. Or, yeah, okay, Star Master's going to fodder off Slowbro, so finally some progress. The first knockout of the game is on turn 37. Finch is going to take it down, but there's a Magnezone in the back for the revenge kill, and that leaves us in a 5-5 situation. Draco Meteor with the miss, insult to injury, Hidden Power Ground is going to be levitated against, and now Rachi comes in. And that ends up being Rachi on Rachi. 5-5 situation, everything healthy for Star Master, I do believe. Though keep in mind the Lati is still sleeping from before. On Finch's end, not so much. We've got Paralyzed Titar, Paralyzed Rachi, Paralyzed Zapdos, and a couple of the pokes have damage on them as well. This is getting even worse for Finch. He's losing here in the 1v1 where he's trapped and cannot switch. Magnezone got to eat the Rachi, and Finch now is probably in some trouble. But we'll see if he's able to pull this out. He would need some luck. He would need a crit or something along those lines. Maybe he can find a burn, a freeze, whatever. I don't even think he has freeze moves left on what he's got, unfortunately. So he's going to have to catch probably a crit or two to get back in this. And he's going for it, but it hasn't come for him just yet. Zapdos sneaks in, and there's the Iron Head. He's got the option to go for the Para Flinch nonsense here between Iron Head in the Para and the Serene Grace. He doesn't go for it, though. I'm surprised he doesn't Iron Head there. I think I would have, but don't listen to me when it comes to DPP advice. Here is the knockoff, which Finch really can't do anything about. He's simply going to allow it, and Zapdos is going to lose its lefties. So it is going to be taking sand damage every turn now, since Finch did indeed bring Tyranitar. Two Roosts do get off through the Para, so Zapdos is healthy again, but I mean, Finch is not dead right now this turn, or next turn, or the turn after, but I'm having a very hard time envisioning how Finch is going to win this game. I'm trying to visualize what would need to happen for him to come back, and pending a colossal choke from Star Master, such as switching in the Magnezone right there, I guess like a critical hit on that turn could have killed the Rachi, but pending something along those lines, something disastrous for Star Master, it feels very difficult in my mind for Finch to win this game. And speak of the devil, he agrees. He's going to concede at this point. He gave himself multiple opportunities, with the Breloom in particular, to find critical hits, and they just didn't come. It sucks that he was in a position to have to play for that at all. I mean, obviously, relying on crits is not what you want to be doing if you can help it. But that probably really was his best bet in this situation. It seemed like a tough matchup. Star was pretty comfortably ahead after all the trades and stuff in this 5-4 situation in which Finch forfeited. Clearly, Star had the advantage. And like I said, Finch gave himself a few opportunities to catch some luck and get out of it. It just didn't come. And Star's going to take this one down fairly handily. So, that is going to give it to Finch to decide what to do next, and obviously he's going to take us to his bread and butter tier of Black and White, which a lot of people consider to be his best tier, certainly the tier he's most associated with and most known for. Star Master, no slouch, but even if Star Master were to lose this next game, it would go to a Game 3 ADV where I think Star Master has a pretty clear advantage over Finch. But let's do one thing at a time. Black and White, Finch's bread and butter tier against Star Master here. I'll switch the sides once we begin for continuity, but let's just take a quick peek at the teams here. Starmaster for the second game in a row has brought a pretty dedicated stall. I mean, it's got more than zero offense with the Zam here, but by and large, this is a very defensive team, similar to what it was last time. And then Finch, I feel like a broken fucking record, but Finch does not leave the house in black-white without Ferrothorn and Lottie. He brings them every single time. That's almost not hyperbole. I don't know what his usage rate is on those, but it is ridiculously high. He does not bring them ever. Has an absolute hard on, which I get for the dragon. He's kind of cool, but man, this like spiky thing, metal thing, not something I want to put my Johnson in. Anyhow, here is game two. We'll switch the sides for continuity. Starmaster again on the bottom, Finch on the top. We have two fairly stally teams here of the sand variety, and we have a Gliscor and a Rotom. Immediate protect. There's the Toxic Orb activation, and there is a knockoff. He's going to be hurt by Iron Barbs, but who cares? He's going to remove lefties, and he's going to be A-okay with the Poison Heal. Both players at this point going to go for rocks, and here comes Skarm to set up additional hazards. Finchinator with his Ferrothorn does the same. Both players now have spikes and rocks, and they both have a knocked off poke. So similar starts going on for both guys. Finch out of the way to his Rotom. More spikes. So many hazards right now. 5 of them in play between these two players very early on. Will-O-Wisp has no chance of success against the already poisoned Gliscor. There is yet another knockoff. There is yet another lefty's gone. And he's going to respond with Hidden Power Ice, which is going to do a lot. But the Gliscor is going to be A-okay, and he's now going to protect to be even more okay. Gets out of the way, goes to Gastrodon, very safe here. Will-O-Wisp is the best thing Finch could do, and that is what he does. There's the burn, and Lottie comes in. Gastro goes for Scald, fishing for his own burn, and does not find it. Gliscor returns. And Dragon Pulse there is going to knock him out. So Finch takes the early lead on turn 12, gets the first knockout, but he might be dead here himself via a Tyranitar Pursuit. Certainly looks that way. Dragon Pulse in Pursuit. Finch does have the opportunity to get the crit here and get rid of him, but he does not find it, so Dragon Pulse will not be enough. Pursuit will take down the Lottie. But he did a lot of damage on the way out. Star and his Tyranitar are pretty low here. He's going to get out of the way, but the Cheetar's dead on the way in next time because of the hazards. So Finch effectively right now does have the 5-4 advantage. Rotom is going to switch in on a Roost, no big deal. Seems like the right move to come in on. He can do whatever he needs to do. He's actually going to double back to Lando, however. And Starmaster stayed in, went for spikes. Here's Dance, and there's Whirlwind negating the Dance, and then some. He's going to make Garchomp take all the damage from the hazards there. 3 layers of spikes and rocks at this point. Dual Chop, swing and a miss, unlucky for Finch. That gets Whirlwinded away. Now Cheetar comes in. That goes for Pursuit. It does nothing. 8%, who cares? Skarm absolutely dominating Finch here. Apparently Finch's team pretty Skarm weak here. Dance and Whirlwind, down that goes. I mean, this is very similar to the last game we saw of Finch and Black-White. He just gets absolutely donked by one Pokemon. It was Thundurus last time, and now it's the same deal here. Now it's Skarmory. Finch apparently can't beat this Pokemon either. It is in. It is official. Finch sucks at Black and White. Why do people think he is good at this tier? He cannot even beat one Pokemon on the other side, as repeatedly demonstrated in this tournament. There's Cheetar sacrificing itself as Earthquake happens. Now Zam comes in. That's going to prompt a switch. Zam, a huge issue here. Psychic is going to blank, so Finch is going to get some value, but he's just going to Grass Knot there to kill the Cheetar. This just seems disastrous for Finch. He's been behind all game. Skarm, obviously a huge issue, and now Zam is on cleanup duty. There's the HP Fire. There's the knockout. 2 pokes remaining for Finch. Zam finally forced to switch. Pain Split there. I mean, better than nothing, but too little too late. Finch really in a bad place. Volt Switch only has one option. Here's the Lando. Intimidate does not matter. Psyshock is going to do a lot, but it will not kill. Going to leave him at 38%. Skarm comes down. And there's a whiffed Earthquake for Finch, but like I said, we are going through the motions at this point. He does even actually kill the Skarm with the superpower, so a little bit of a surge, but like I said, too little, too late. Alakazam on cleanup duty. It is only the Rotom for Finch. Psychic is huge. Pain Split going to get him out of range to where non-crit Psychic kills. There is the Psychic. There is the Pain Split, but this next one with the Sand has a good shot to do it. And he's going to get him without the Sand, actually. So Psychic going to be good enough, and down goes Rotom, and down goes Finch. Starmaster going to take the set 2-0. Finch, great run, top 6 finish in this tour, to the surprise of no one. Great overall player, though I am surprised with the number of black-white games that he dropped. But that also means that he was winning a number of DPP and ADV games, so you can look at it that way as well. And top 6 in this tour, which was very, very stacked, is obviously a good run. So good on Finch, but he is going to come up short of the cash money. Starmaster is going to face the winner of the next match that you guys are about to see, and that'll be our 4th place match. We are very deep in the tour. Star, as he always is in these invitational tournaments that I host, once again is very deep, and that level of consistency is not for nothing. Starmaster is the real deal. Alright guys, thumbs up if you liked it. Like I said, the next set coming at you right after this, so look forward to that. And we, by the end of the night, once you watch that, are going to have ourselves a top 4. I'll see you there.